Good day, everyone. Let's review some Philippine environmental laws, specifically PD 1586 or the Philippine Environmental Impact Statement System. So this law requires private corporations, firms or entities, including agencies and instrumentalities of the government, to prepare an environmental impact statement, EIS, for every proposed project and undertaking which significantly affect the quality of the environment. So there are categories where the EIS system applies. Category A, these are environmentally critical projects with significant potential to cause negative environmental impacts. This definitely requires the procurement of an environmental compliance certificate or ECC. Second category, category B, projects that are not categorized as the above or PCPs, but which may cause negative environmental impacts because they are located in environmentally critical areas. So their location affects their submission of an EIS or IEE. So this category is required to secure an ECC. Category C, these are projects intended to directly enhance environmental quality or address existing environmental problems not falling under category A or B. DMB or DNR is the one which will determine the falling of projects under this category. So they are required to submit project description for which the decision will be based whether the project requires an ECC. Category D, projects unlikely to cause adverse environmental impacts. So by nature they will never cause adverse environmental impact. So what the proponent may do is to secure only the certificate of non-coverage or CNC. Let's go to some definition of terms. The certificate of non-coverage is a certification issued by the EMB certifying that based on the submitted project description, the project is not covered by EIS system and is not required to secure an ECC. That is for category D. Projects unlikely to cause adverse environmental impacts. Only certificate of non-coverage is required. Letter B, co-located projects or undertakings. Projects or series of similar projects or a project subdivided to several phases and or stages by the same proponent and is located in contiguous areas. So because the intended project is similar to what is existing in the area, and so because of the site of the projects, these new projects will be considered as requiring ECC. Environment. The definition of environment under this law is that it is the surrounding air, water, both underground and surface, land, plants, animals, and their interrelations. What is an environmental compliance certificate? It is a document. It's not a permit. It's a document issued by the DNR EMB after a positive review of an ECC application, certifying. It is a certification based on the representations of the proponent, what the proponent submits. The proposed project or undertaking will not cause significant negative environmental impact. The determination of this significant negative impact is that it will be up to the personnel of the EMB to determine this if it's significant. The ECC also certifies that the proponent has complied with all the requirements of the EIS system. What are the requirements of the EIS system? It is the giving of information in their project description or in the initial environmental examination document or IEE. in that the proponent has committed to implement its approved environmental management plan. So the environmental compliance certificate, or ECC, contains specific measures and conditions that the project proponent has to undertake before and during the operation of a project, and in some cases during the project's abandonment, to mitigate identified environmental impacts. And for your additional information, preparation of EIS or IEE can be done by the proponent himself, by his staff, or by a hired EIA consultant, which is a professional or a group of professionals that are expert in the preparation of these documents. It is allowed by the law. Environmental impact statement is a document prepared and submitted by the project proponent and or EIA consultant that serves as an application for an ECC. It is a comprehensive study of the significant impacts of a project on the environment, and it includes an environmental management plan program that the proponent will fund and implement to protect the environment. So what is this environmental management plan according to this IRR? It is that section in the EIS, environmental impact statement, that details the prevention, mitigation, compensation, contingency, and monitoring measures to enhance positive impacts and minimize negative impacts and risks of a proposed project or undertaking. The initial environmental examination report is a document similar to an EIS but with reduced details in depth of assessment and discussion. It is shorter than an EIS. Project description is a document which may also be a chapter in an EIS that describes the nature, configuration, use of raw materials in natural resources, production system, waste or pollution generation, and control of the activities of our proposed project. It includes a description of the use of human resources as well as activity timelines during the pre-construction, construction, operation, and abandonment phases. It is to be used for reviewing co-located and single projects under Category C as well as Category D projects. Based on this project description, the EMB might require the proponent to submit or to secure an ECC or environmental clearance certificate, compliance certificate. Project or undertaking is any activity regardless of scale or magnitude which may have significant impact on the environment. The proponent is described as or defined as any natural or juridical person intending to implement a project or undertaking. Natural or juridical means corporations or legal entities. Stakeholders, entities who may be directly and significantly affected by the project or undertaking. So these entities could be communities or the end users, and also the residents of the communities. That's all. Thank you, and see you in the next video.